A fresh legal and political storm has erupted over the University Grants Commission's new anti-discrimination rules for colleges and universities. The UGC's promotion of equity in higher education institutions regulations 2026, notified on January 13, has now been challenged in the Supreme Court. The petition argues that the rules meant to prevent caste discrimination unfairly exclude general category students from the grievance redressal mechanism, raising fears of reverse discrimination. The regulation apply to all higher education institutions across India and aim to eliminate discrimination based on caste, religion, race, gender, place of birth and disability, with special emphasis on protecting scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, economically weaker sections and persons with disabilities. But the plea before the apex court claims the framework is exclusionary because it does not clearly allow students from the general category to seek institutional protection under this same mechanism. The petition seeks a stay on the implementation of the rules and argues that denying grievances redressal based on caste identity amounts to impermissible state discrimination. The matter comes amid growing public and political reaction. Shyam Sundar Tripathi, Vice President of the BJP Kisan Morcha in Rai Bareli, resigned from his post citing dissatisfaction with the new UGC policy. Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi questioned the law's clarity, asking whether it would protect all students equally and how guilt would be determined in contested cases. She urged the UGC to either withdraw or amend the notification. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has defended the move, saying there will be no discrimination and no misuse of the law.
किसी को उत्पीड़न होने नहीं दिया जाए, कोई भेदभाव नहीं होगा, कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के नाम पे किसी को भी मिसयूज करने का अधिकार नहीं रहेगा। इसमें यूजीसी हो, भारत सरकार हो या राज्य सरकार हो, इसकी दायित्व रहेगी। मैं आश्वस्त करता हूँ उसको जो व्यवस्था हुई है, भारत की कुछ भी व्यवस्था हो, संविधान की परिधि के अंदर होगा। और ये जो विषय आई है, ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट की निगरानी में व्यवस्था है। इसमें आश्वस्त मैं फील करना चाहता हूँ, कोई भी किसी के ऊपर भी अत्याचार या किसी को भी भेदभाव नहीं किया जाएगा।
Under the new rules, every university and college must set up an equal opportunity center along with an equity committee. These bodies will handle complaints of discrimination and oversee implementation of inclusion policies. They will include senior faculty members, non-teaching staff, civil society representatives and student invitees with mandatory representation of women, SCs, STs, OBCs and persons with disabilities. The rules also introduce equity squads and equity ambassadors in hostel departments and libraries to monitor vulnerable spaces on campus. A 24-hour equity helpline will be mandatory in every institution. Complaints must be acted upon within timelines that too tight. The committee must meet within 24 hours, submit a report within 15 working days, and the institution head must act within 7 working days. Appeals can be filed before the ombudsperson within 30 days. The rules define discrimination broadly, including explicit, implicit, and structural unfair treatment, and link campus mechanism with the law enforcement if penal offences appear to be involved. Institutions that fail to comply face serious penalties, including loss of UGC recognition, denial of permission to run degree programs, removal from funding schemes. However, critics argue that the rules focus heavily on protection for reserved categories while failing to provide safeguards for those accused. They say that there is no clear provision dealing with false complaints, reputational harm or procedural protection for the accused, especially from the general category. The concern has now spilled onto the street. In Greater Noida, the Rashtriya Karni Sena and the several farmers and upper caste organizations staged protest march to the district collectorate. Here is a report. And you can see the visuals. The protesters submitted a memorandum to the UGC chairman demanding that the rules be withdrawn and amended to include representation from the general category. Critics argue that the danger lies not in the intent but in implementation, where wide discretion and unclear definition could lead to uneven and arbitrary outcomes across campuses.